Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, February 8th, at 3:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 702 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Former Trump economic advisor Larry Kudlow will replace Lou Dobbs on Fox Business Network. A Palm Beach mansion on a plot of land that Trump once owned is about to sell for $140 million, and it could shatter the area's real estate record. Calls for special counsel to probe Biden family dealings with China. NC woman charged in Capitol riot 1 month after her husband's arrest. Illinois man gets 30 years for sex assault on woman at bank. Democrats' coronavirus relief plan would raise minimum wage to $9.50 this year. 12 things that surprised me after following the Mediterranean diet for over a year. Democrats clash over income eligibility cap for $1,400 stimulus checks. What to know? Democrats fire back at Trump's lawyers ahead of impeachment trial, saying he betrayed the American people. Ousted Florida data scientist Rebecca Jones drops lawsuit over police raid on her home, at least for now. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Dems propose $1,400 payments as part of Biden virus relief, Associated Press. Reddit bought a 5-second Super Bowl ad honoring underdogs involved in GameStop trading frenzy, Fox Business. Tesla purchases $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. Here's what could happen next, CNBC. 2021 NFL Draft Order, NBC Sports, NFL. Dow joins S&P 500 and NASDAQ in record territory as stocks end higher, MarketWatch. Democrats to open Trump impeachment trial by recounting Capitol attack, The Guardian. Pfizer hopes to cut vaccine manufacturing time by almost half, NBC News. Dr. Fauci says COVID won't be slowing down naturally, Best Life. Third stimulus check, will you get a $1,400 check, CBS News. Voting groups call Georgia investigations empty partisan attacks, Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Feds bust Iron Youth member who said he'd do whatever it takes for neo-Nazi movement. Amid tough school reopening battles, Americans continue to cheer teachers' unions. Trump claimed election rigged or stolen over 100 times ahead of Capitol riot. How to teach kids that ads are manipulating them. Facebook says it will start deleting posts with false COVID-19 claims. CBO report on $15 minimum wage adds new wrinkle to stimulus fight. U.S. sees deadliest week for avalanches since 1910 with 14 people killed. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry pull off an epic surprise for unsuspecting students. Utah parents who didn't want kids learning Black history withdraw request. New variants raise worry about COVID-19 virus reinfections. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Volunteers work to build Wish Tree House. Businesses get creative in Mardi Gras contest. Family honors late son with campaign. Samaritans who stopped to help motorist killed. Teens riding golf cart targeted in shooting. An unemployment scammer spills his secrets. Minnesotan joins Marines after boyfriend's death. Woman loses car in a flooded area, get new one from couple. 325,000 vaccine doses coming to Florida. Teachers, parents calling for schools to reopen. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Before Uttarakhand flood, India ignored warnings. How Ellen Dershowitz became a force in clemency grants. Impeachment trial, child tax credit, Bitcoin, your Monday evening briefing. Manafort cannot be prosecuted after Trump pardon, New York court rules. Richard Shelby, veteran senator from Alabama, won't seek seventh term. China blocks Clubhouse app after brief flowering of debate. Georgia officials review Trump's phone call to Raffensperger. Senate sets trial rules after Trump's team blasts case. The happiness I've discovered in my backyard. How COVID overwhelmed one LA hospital in California's worst-hit county. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Biden nominee Dennis McDonough confirmed as VA Secretary in Senate vote. Arizona Sheriff Tulare Logan on immigration, it's our job to figure who the wolves and the sheep are. Bucks, Lightning, Rays transform Tampa Bay into title town. Brittany Matthews, Patrick Mahomes' fiancée, 5 things to know. Bucks hope to keep core together to chase another Super Bowl. GOP congressman, we still don't have answers to why National Guard remaining around Capitol. Ruling keeps Ronaldo hush money case with U.S. judge in Nevada. Liz Cheney and Donald Trump Jr.'s 2022 crosshairs. Show Hayaudani, Angels agree on $8.5 million, 2-year contract. Trey Gowdy, Democrats chose the dumbest possible impeachment article to bring against Trump. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, February 8th. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Mama did all the work, Texas police officer delivers baby within minutes. Stimulus check latest, did the timeline for another economic relief payment just get shorter? Cress Williams promises the final season of Black Lightning will take fans on a ride. Tom Brady is simply unbelievable. Super Bowl LV, Bucks dominate Chiefs to win Super Bowl. The X factor for Tampa to win is that front four. Cliff Averill breaks down why the Bucks pass rush could determine Super Bowl LV. Super Bowl LV preview, Tom Brady Patrick Mahomes, the type of matchup you don't get every day in the ultimate game, says NFL on CBS's Charles Davis. Ready for Super Bowl Sunday? Here's everything you need to know about the big game in Tampa. CBS Sports airing 7 hours of pre-game coverage for Super Bowl LV across TV, streaming platforms. GOAT versus the Kid, Brady, Mahomes Super Bowl matchup being hailed as one for the ages. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Richard Littlejohn, Johnson once boasted his political hero was the mayor from Jaws. Tesla's actual creators hit out at Elon Musk and described the eccentric billionaire as complicated. Do you think this week is freezing? It's nothing compared to age when snow pulled down trees. Sky News presenter Kay Burley volunteers at a food hub. The weekend is still buzzing after epic COVID-friendly Super Bowl halftime show. Escaped guard dog mauls girls age 2 and 3 in street attack. Inside the utopian Disneyland for retirees that belies the sinister underbelly of racism, orgies. Travel company is using its fleet of tuk-tuks to help elderly get to vaccination centers. Mom of 2 Chantel Miller reveals her simple method for cleaning your kitchen appliances. Democratic impeachment managers set to have their bid to call witnesses refused by the Senate. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Glacier fractures in the Himalayas, causing deadly flood, more than 125 missing. Chinese vlog to audio app Clubhouse for a taste of the open internet. It didn't last. Can Biden actually help Yemen? In Dubai's COVID vaccine scramble, seek serve doses to all. How Russian biotech trampled protocols and challenged the West in race for Sputnik V vaccine. He lost his leg protesting for freedom in Tunisia. A decade later, he hopes his sacrifice wasn't in vain. Pope Francis says the world is seriously ill from the consequences of the pandemic. Coup allegations and rival claims to the presidency deep in Haiti's crisis. Myanmar's protesters stand up to the junta. Israel's Netanyahu walks out on his own corruption trial. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Trump impeachment. Schumer says agreement reached on rules for trial, live. Disease experts warn of surge in deaths from COVID variants as U.S. lags in tracking. Coronavirus live news. WHO says it is too early to dismiss AstraZeneca vaccine. Brazil records another 636 deaths. Hacker attempted to poison water supply of Florida city, officials say. North Korea upgraded nuclear missile program in 2020, says UN diplomat. Koala gets behind wheel of car after causing pile-up on Australian freeway, video. Harrison and Bamford help Leeds make light work of toothless Crystal Palace. Calls for sweeping border curbs to protect UK against new COVID variants. U.S. investigates Honduran president accused of role in narcotics trade. The betrayal of Britney Spears, how pop culture failed a superstar. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Georgia election officials formally launch investigation into Trump phone calls. Dems propose $1,400 payments as part of Biden virus relief. Probe focuses on chicken conveyor in deaths at Georgia plant. Judge halts Proud Boys release in Capitol breach case. Global warming triggers earlier pollen. Brenda Z concedes after Tenny's narrow house win certified. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Hacker tries to poison water supply of Florida city. COVID, South Africa halts AstraZeneca vaccine rollout over new variant. Amazing escape as Utah avalanche buries snowmobilers. Myanmar coup leader defends action amid mass protests. Myanmar, protests continue for third day. Trump impeachment, supporters rioted of their own accord. COVID, U.S. Congressman Ron Wright dies with coronavirus, age 67. Dutch suspend foreign adoptions after abuses found. EU states expel 3 Russian diplomats in tit for tat. Bolivia investigates death of 35 condors. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. 4-alarm fire causes Pittsburgh building to collapse. Demian Bichir opens up about his wife's passing. AP Top Stories 8p. Biden, things are beginning to click on vaccine. State defends delisting of Yemen's Houthi rebels. Invasive Asian carp is getting a new name and a public makeover to draw more eaters. Nothing to sneeze at, climate change has worsened, lengthened pollen season across the U.S. New York to allow limited performances. Fire destroys Vermont covered bridge. A massive Black Lives Matter mural has been dedicated to George Floyd in front of his high school. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. California Bullet Train project will seek $4.1 billion as costs grow. What caused the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash? Investigators are about to reveal answers. With 25,000 vaccines, LA elementary schools could reopen as soon as possible, Buettner says. 2 straight vendors arrested after a health inspection turns violent in El Monte. Several of DA George Gascon's reforms blocked by LA County Judge. Long Beach rolls into underserved communities with mobile vaccine clinics. Earthquake, magnitude 3.5 quake hits near El Centro, California. Column, Instagram, cultural cluelessness in my Trump era. As alcohol abuse rises amid pandemic, hospitals see a wave of deadly liver disease. It's a showdown, California district attorneys battle over criminal justice reforms. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, February 8, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. ICC clears way for war crimes probe of Israeli actions. Judges in The Hague said the court could investigate cases in Gaza, the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Israel branded the ruling political, while Palestinians said it was a victory for truth. Researchers engineer a tiny antibody capable of neutralizing the coronavirus. Germany, Poland and Sweden expel Russian diplomats. UK declines to follow US in suspending Saudi arms sales over Yemen. EU countries expel Russian diplomats. Amazon to buy half of the energy produced by huge offshore wind farm in the Netherlands. Iran hides spyware in wallpaper, restaurant and games apps. Germany expels Russian diplomat. Dutch frees international adoptions after abuses uncovered. South Australia records 60% renewable generation over the past year. China appears to have blocked Clubhouse, the buzzy social media app, after people in the country flock to it to discuss politics. Elon Musk puts up $100 million for global carbon reduction competition. David Beckham signs a lucrative $10 million deal to be the media-friendly face of homophobic Qatar. In Myanmar, protesters urge police to join democracy fight. The next headlines are from Forbes. Bayern Munich beat Al Ahly 2-0 to make step towards winning a historic 6th title. The Last Handshake, remembering legendary New York basketball scout Tom Konchalski. Rudy Giuliani associate sentenced to 1 year in fraud case. Derek Ashong on creating the mic, Africa, a music competition to highlight the African diaspora. Rap Mo Brooks, leader of Electoral College Challenge, hints at Senate run after Shelby retires. Topps celebrates 2021 Series 1 baseball with a special virtual release party. Disneyland's California Adventure theme park to reopen with dining experience amid closure. Cannabis industry could be the next great middle-class job creator. If you're ready to get moving, try Target's newest $1 billion brand. How Falcon and the Winter Soldier could further expand Marvel's Hollywood monopoly. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Building a university to deliver work-ready engineers. COVID research updates, why it matters that COVID viruses are losing parts of their genome. Variant-proof vaccines, invest now for the next pandemic. Signs of self-sustained inflammatory circuits in severe COVID pneumonia. Outstanding reportage from the front lines of geoengineering. Active membrane rupture spurs a range of cell deaths. Gaming helped my lab mates and me to conquer the social distancing blues. Quantum computers seeking power hone their networking skills. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,684,721,378 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Jean-Claude Carrier, unbearable lightness of being screenwriter, dies at 89. Universal Pictures moves Jennifer Lopez's Marry Me to 2022, film news in brief. Music industry moves, Apollo Theater signs with UTA.BMG streamlines U.S. repertoire operations. The whole town thought we would lose, WGA chief on how guild prevailed in agency fight. Angelina Jolie on the VFX and extraordinary detail and care behind Disney's The One and Only Yvonne. ICM Partners promotes Travis Merriweather to senior political strategist. AI to acquire Glue Mobile, maker of Kim Kardashian, Hollywood, in $2.1 billion deal. Composer Lisbeth Scott breaks down Just for You and I and her favorite music cue. Biden's Justice Department drops legal challenge to California net neutrality law. Spook Who Sat by the Door pilot set at FX from Lee Daniels, LaDana Jackson, Gerard McMurray. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Senate confirms Dennis McDonough to head Veterans Affairs Department. Biden administration, here are his cabinet members and key advisors. Critic of U.S. role in Yemen responds to Biden's plans to pull back. Here's what you need to know about the Senate impeachment trial. It doesn't get more buzzy than this. Tesla is investing $1.5 billion in Bitcoin. $15 minimum wage would reduce poverty but cost jobs, CBO says. Why most Pakistanis cannot see the film Pakistan is submitting for an Oscar nod. Federal data reveal which hospitals are dangerously full this week. Is yours? Myanmar coup, military defends takeover and enacts curfew as protests intensify. Read, Trump's impeachment defense brief. The following headlines are from the week. New York cannot prosecute Paul Manafort after Trump pardon, court rules. Both sides of Trump's impeachment reach trial structure agreement. A hacker nearly poisoned an entire Florida city. The Daily Gossip, Avril Lavigne has a new boyfriend, big news for Mank lovers, and more. Biden speaks with Modi, but doesn't mention India's farmer protests. Facebook says it will remove additional false claims about COVID-19 vaccines. Myanmar's military sets curfews in attempt to crack down on spreading protests. Netflix scores most Best Picture nominations for one studio ever at the 2021 Critics' Choice Awards. Trump's impeachment lawyers argue he only wanted supporters to fight in the figurative sense. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. Undetected. The following headlines are from the NASA Mars Exploration Program. Where should future astronauts land on Mars? Follow the water. Tricky terrain, helping to assure a safe rover landing. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Nearby ancient dwarf galaxies have a surprising amount of dark matter. Jupiter's Trojan asteroids offer surprises even before NASA's Lucy mission has a chance to visit them. What are extrasolar planets? These are the news headlines for today, Monday, February 8th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Astronomers update the impact risk from asteroid Apophis. Great Backyard Bird Count begins February 12th. Observers challenge Moon and morning planets on February 8th, 9th and 10th. Get ready for Perseverance's landing on Mars February 18th. Hey, kids, meet the new Hot Wheels Mars rover. See Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. Today is New Year's Day on Mars. The next news is from Politico. Coronavirus accelerates contactless travel, raising privacy concerns. Biden's first 100 days. BioNTech Pfizer vaccine should work against virus variants, study says. Joe Biden's cabinet, who's in, and who voted against them. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. California salon owner charged in Capitol riot lingers in LA jail. House Democrats settle income debate for direct payments. Buttigieg in quarantine after possible COVID exposure. Netanyahu pleads not guilty to corruption charges in Israel. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Holiday Inn worker tests positive for UK COVID strain as Victoria records 0 new cases. Anti-venom shortage prompts reptile park to call for Sydney residents to capture funnel web spiders. Australian Open 2021 live updates. Ash Barty to take on Dunga Kavinikas Alex de Minorities for match against Tenny Sandgren. Unacceptable and insulting. Open letter calls on Maguire to quit. From sorrow to bliss. Meg Mason's novel snapped up by U.S. production company. Suncorp unveils plan to boost returns, earnings up 39.5%. Britain's Australian-style hotel quarantine regime in disarray a week before it starts. Myanmar general says new elections to come as anti-coup protests grow. Poll Health, Socialization 101. Flattening bill shock with solar smarts. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Earnings results. Take-Two earnings. Outlook top Wall Street estimates on strong holiday quarter. Market Extra, is Tesla's $1.5 billion Bitcoin by smart corporate finance, experts weigh in. Market Extra, Musk's Tesla says it invested $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, sending the cryptocurrency to record levels near $44,000. Newswatch, is Tesla's $1.5 billion Bitcoin by smart corporate finance, experts weigh in. Capital Report, cost of National Guard mission to protect U.S. Capitol estimated at $483 million. Capital Report, Trump's second impeachment trial, how to watch it. Bond Report, U.S. government bond yields pull back after 30-year breaches 2%. Capital Report, dueling child cash plans take center stage as coronavirus aid outline takes shape. Personal Finance Daily, real estate is your sex now. SNL sketch skewers people's obsession with Zillow and 30% of workers would benefit from a minimum wage hike to $15 an hour. Market Snapshot, Dow, S&P 500 and Nasdaq end at records, powered by stimulus hopes and energy sector gains. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Who could make the Iker? Apple is running short of options, KCTV Kansas City. Protecting AI-driven technology still a challenge, say science and tech institutes, Hindustan Times. Lawsuit alleges Apple biometrics infringe patents, claims against Amazon sent to arbitration, biometric update. Pornoy, Climate Smart Skincare, special offer, $75, Fox 31 Denver. Spectrum Dynamics medical lawsuit against GE allowed to continue, jury trial may proceed, law.com. Happy Black History Month. Black History is invention, stupidope.com. Building an IP strategy. IP is investment. Business matters. Business matters. AI-related invention not patentable. Rules High Court. Outlaw.com. Outlaw.com. Elamidec Corporation to distribute Nevada Nanotech Incorporated's innovative molecular property spectrometer TM, flammable gas sensors in Japan, Odessa, American. Exxon launches the world's fastest, office-safe metal 3D printer in exclusive partnership with Rapidia, StreetInsider.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. Daily Brief, Kiradu Wasiksuabiratuku. Trump's second impeachment trial, Clubhouse blocked, crowded Mars. The price of oil is back to pre-pandemic levels. Only one U.S. stock has done better than Amazon in the Jeff Bezos era. The cruise industry has received yet another blow, this time from Canada. The Super Bowl exposed streaming's Achilles heel. What Tesla's big move into crypto assets did to the price of Bitcoin. Clubhouse's moment of free speech in China is over. Yelling at work isn't always unprofessional. South Africa vaccines, ETF shorts, marijuana shortages. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Amazon Transparency Report indicates its multiple IoT devices are juicy targets for law enforcement. The many reasons to celebrate Section 230. Without Twitter, Trump is left to write tweets he would have said on paper. Daily Deal, the all-in-one 2021 supersized ethical hacking bundle. Section 230 matters, a TechDirt fundraiser to celebrate 25 years of Section 230. NIT easily tracks location data from Capitol riots, highlighting once again how U.S. privacy standards are a joke. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. John Fetterman. Ikerly. M. Night Shyamalan. Bayern Munich. President's Day. Vitali. Akujan. Zomstock. OCGN. Ron Wright. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. First sitting U.S. congressman to die after COVID-19 diagnosis gets posthumously scorned by critics over stance on lockdowns. Telegram scores top spot as most downloaded app in the world for January, founder reveals. U.S. prosecutors target Honduran president in drugs probe after accusing him of being cocaine linchpin bragged by traffickers. Cannon fired a baby shower celebration kills 26-year-old Michigan man. Judge rejects Ghislaine Maxwell's bid to keep 20 lines of Epstein testimony private. Overwhelming majority of Americans don't think democracy is working very well, poll reveals. Glacier burst, at least 26 dead, up to 200 missing in India as search for survivors continues day after disaster, video. Mic check, NFL ace Tom Brady in text apology as fans accuse rival of dropping Super Bowl slur claim because it had been recorded. Worse than we feared, Dutch government extends riot-causing COVID-19 curfew over viral variant worries. Russia's real pandemic death rate similar to US and UK, new official data reveals around 162,000 people died of COVID-19 in 2020. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Biden appears to be expanding the US occupation of Syria. With scorching economy set to overheat, Goldman brings forward first-rate hike estimate. Montana aims to save women's sports from Biden's executive order. U.S. hosts Pacific War Games with Australia and Japan aimed at countering Russia-China attack. Glenn Greenwald obliterates tackling, hall monitoring, speech policing journalists after Taylor Lawrence cell phones into oblivion. U.S. courts clogged up with eviction cases as activist groups fight back. Deepfake detectors can be defeated, computer scientists show for the first time. A strange game. Bitcoin, bonds, bullion, biotech, and Big Short's bid as buck breaks down. NYC middle school students set to return to classrooms, Hive updates. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. U.S. Senate sets speedy timeline for Trump impeachment trial. Honduran president target of U.S. investigation, court filings show. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala poised to become first woman to lead WTO. Bayern Munich beat Al Ahly to reach Club World Cup final. This is what your life is, Tom Brady, the GOAT. Facebook cracks down on anti-vaccine accounts amid COVID surge. Sudan's prime minister names new cabinet. Biden wage plan would lift 900,000 from poverty, there's a catch. Ecuador, arouse heading to election runoff, runner-up in dispute. U.S. top doctor says vaccination key to fighting COVID-19 variants. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Tim Scott, private, Catholic schools have reopened, so should public schools. ACLU's myths and facts about transgender athletes debunked. St. Petersburg, Florida, mayor ribs 50 Cent for stupid maskless Super Bowl bash. Donald Trump legal team, impeachment unconstitutional, violates First Amendment. Meghan McCain, trashing pro-impeachment Republicans is a losing strategy. Exclusive, Virginia Governor candidate Glenn Youngkin, I cannot wait to run against Terry McAuliffe. Alabama Senator Shelby won't seek a seventh term, for everything, there is a season. Report, New York adds over 1,500 coronavirus fatalities to long-term care death toll. Chief Bureaucrat complains countries treating vaccine development like a space race. Website spotlights Whitmer victims' tragic personal stories of Michigan coronavirus lockdown orders. The next headlines are from UPI News. Maryland woman collects her fourth big scratch-off lottery jackpot. Lost wallet found inside Georgia cottage wall 66 years later. Skinniest house in London listed for $1.3 million. Emu captured after running loose in traffic in Britain. Watch, athlete 67-inch standing high jump breaks world record. Mississippi City offering remote workers $6,000 to relocate. Texas Zoo searching for crow that escaped during training session. Watch, Idaho man retakes Guinness record for throwing CDs into a target. Look, horse rescued after sinking up to its head in Welsh bog. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Weird cross-species transplants Part 2. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Following earthquake damage, famous Pompeii Museum finally reopens after 40 years. Coal miner plucks woman out of her car moments before it went up in flames. Australia has experienced one of the most astonishing drops in crime ever recorded by any country. Tiny chameleon species just discovered in Madagascar is a spectacular case of extreme miniaturization. Peter and newly adopted son have just taken in a foster teen and now they're sharing affirmations for all races. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Sanctuary containing healthiest coral reefs in the world just tripled in size thanks to U.S. government protection. Hilarious account of how one writer learned to be productive during the pandemic. Instead of staying home, American youth are answering the call to serve with AmeriCar. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, February 8th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Napster to make debut on London stock market this month. Donald Trump Jr. slams Super Bowl 2021 commercials as Walkatopia. Tom Brady called racist for winning Super Bowl during Black History Month. YouTube robbery prank ends in fatal shooting. Facing deficit, Met considers selling art to help pay the bills. Dan Levy's mom roasted her son's old bullies ahead of SNL. Michigan man killed by exploding cannon at baby shower. A Utah school offered parents a chance to opt children out of Black History Month instruction. Then the NAACP called. YouTuber shot and killed while attempting prank robbery. 60-year-old American woman converts to Islam after watching Turkish series Ertugrul. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. This human genome does not exist. Researchers taught an AI to generate fake DNA. Scientists say GPT-3 could handle your overloaded inbox so you can get back to work. How gravitational waves will change astronomy as we know it. 6 surprising ways satellites make our lives simpler. 10 smartphone charging accessories for every situation on sale today. Tesla wants to accept Bitcoin payments in the near future. Tesla buys $1.5 billion of Bitcoin, pushing its price to record-breaking levels. Xiaomi finally launches its Mi 11 flagship with 108-megapixel camera globally. UK to spend $27 million on net chargers, but is it enough? Norway responds to GM and Will Ferrell's F challenge, with mackerel slapping? The following headlines are from Science Daily. Fast-growing parts of Africa see a surprise, less air pollution from seasonal fires. Happiness really does come for free. Silicon anode structure generates new potential for lithium-ion batteries. Severe undercounting of COVID-19 cases in U.S., other countries estimated via model. 3D printing polymers. Radiative cooling and solar heating from one system, no electricity needed. New drug target for Ebola, Marburg viruses. New timeline of deadliest California wildfire could guide life-saving research and action. AI researchers ask, what's going on inside the black box? The next headlines are from Information Week. How to explain AI, ML, and NLP to business leaders in plain language. The IT factors in IT transformation. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, February 8th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. NASA introduces new flight directors in class of 2021. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Nearly 24 Utah legislative staffers were given access to coronavirus vaccine before the public. Police locate 2 girls reported missing Wednesday. Here's what we know about the young Utah skiers killed in Saturday's avalanche. Sundance Film Festival's online screenings drew a wider audience than its traditional showcase. Utah is changing how it measures the rate of positive COVID-19 tests. Here's what that means. Young Dumb is among those fined $10,000 for illegal Halloween party. 45-year-old woman dies at Salt Lake City homeless encampment. New rules for Utah's troubled teen industry get first hearing. Utah lawmakers launch bipartisan effort to create a visitor center at Bear Sears Monument. The number of new COVID-19 cases in Utah falls to its lowest level in 5 months. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Terraria port to Google Stadia cancelled after creator's Google account locked. Hacker increased chemical level at Florida City's water supply, police say. The Rust programming language finds a new home in a non-profit foundation. EU's Vestager warns Apple to treat all apps equally amid privacy dispute. Developer exposes multiple scam apps on the App Store, some bringing in millions of dollars in revenue. Facebook says it plans to remove posts with false vaccine claims. Microsoft to add nation-state activity alerts to Defender for Office 365. Internet Archive's modern book collection now tops 2 million volumes. Mark Cuban is co-founding a podcast app where hosts can talk to fans live and monetize their conversations. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis pet shelter workers find frozen dog family while checking for strays. St. Louis police officer accused of using fake doctor's note. Decline continues for COVID cases at St. Louis area hospitals. Illinois trampoline park discontinues teen night after Saturday night fight goes viral. Missouri launches online COVID vaccine registration. Missouri reports fewer than 500 COVID cases in a day for the first time in 6 months. New corrections task force to look into weekend unrest at Justice Center. NFL first-round draft pick Jeremy McClin to lead Kirkwood's football program. Dramatic video, trash workers spot car involved in kidnapping, girl found safe. Slough Hospital administers 10,000 COVID vaccine doses today. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Transportation Chief Pete Buttigieg to quarantine after agent tests positive. Trump impeachment trial, Senate leaders reach agreement on structure, here's what to expect. Governor Newsom highlights Petco Park vaccine site with visit. San Diego man pleads guilty to sex trafficking a child. Memes of the weekend's halftime show overtake the internet. Man in 70s collapses, dies after getting COVID vaccine in NY, officials saw no sign of allergic reaction. Disneyland Resort to call back 1,000 workers for ticketed California Adventure experience. Breeders' Cup delays ticket sales for November event in Del Mar. County to auction off nearly 700 properties. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Mystery of the dead spy in a bag in the ex-cop who thinks he's cracked case. What is the point of these nation-state indictments? Easy pickings, UAE hired former U.S. hackers to spy on Qatar. UAE hires NSA hackers to spy on Qatar, report, World News, Tasnim News Agency. Australia says China has formally arrested TV anchor for spying. Chiang Mai, Australian journalist faces China spying charges. Smart devices, are they really listening? Spy in the bag died in kinky sex game and not Russian hit. New York Times, UAE hired NSA hackers to spy on Qatar. New details in naked body in a bag spy's death. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Army seeking long-range precision munition for its new Scout attack helicopters. Syrian rebels claim shooting down of Russian drone over Zoya mountain. Austrian Army to receive more Panzer EVA wheeled armored vehicles. U.S. Army receives next-generation squad weapon system from 6 Hour. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Clubhouse blocked in China after uncensored chats attract thousands, everything you need to know. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, February 8, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Third stimulus checks, Dems propose $1,400 payments as part of Biden virus relief. Baby shower explosion, man killed after cannon used at gender reveal blows up. Community remembers teen stabbed by 13-year-old suspect inside Walmart. Arrest made in string of Oakland Chinatown attacks, including assault of 90-year-old man. Disneyland Resort to call back 1,000 workers ahead of ticketed California Adventure experience. Man in 70s collapses, dies after getting COVID vaccine in NY. Wild turkey sighting, flock crosses Alameda Street with police help. Moscone Center has vaccines available, sign up. Watch, puppies take over Crone 4's red and gold zone. DoorDash driver mistaken for hit and run suspect is rammed by police. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Bucks Jabitifer, Locust first female coaches to win Super Bowl. Wisconsin prosecutor accused of having sex with defendants. Police, 4 handguns recovered from Bloomingdale hotel shooting. AARP-backed legislation would target gaps in healthcare, financial status. New Democratic state senators sworn in. Trump lawyers blast impeachment trial as political theater. Karen Lewis, former head of Chicago Teachers Union, dies. Better, Matt Spiegel rejoins Danny Parkins to co-host Afternoons on the Score. Illinois records 16,110 more COVID-19 vaccine doses administered. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Seattle to see below freezing temperatures, possible lowland snow this week. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Bulgaria, Greece, Iraq, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Green alert for tropical cyclone Faraji 21, population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.6 m, depth, 51.1 km, in Philippines August 2, 2021, 0000 hours UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.3 m, depth 10 km, in Papua New Guinea July 2, 2021, 5:45 UTC, few people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, February 8th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Senate confirms Dennis McDonough as Biden's Secretary of Veterans Affairs. Owner of dog that attacked 3-year-old in Spring restaurant charged with injury to child. South African COVID-19 variant emerges in Houston area, city identifies first cases of UK strain. A Cougars freshman suspended from team after assault charge. New Long Beach business captures the magic of vintage photography. FEMA-backed Houston vaccine supersite in the works, Texas Governor Abbott says. $15 minimum wage would reduce poverty, increase debt, Congressional Budget Office report. President Biden wants to use NFL stadiums for COVID-19 vaccine distribution. Trump impeachment trial to open with debate on constitutionality. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Woman in same-sex custody case who fled the U.S. held in Miami. Joe Allen, whose bistro was a Broadway draw, dies at 87. Analysis, child poverty a hidden focus of virus relief plan. Explainer, what's ahead as Trump impeachment trial begins. Delta Airlines to leave middle seats empty through April. Packers going with Joe Barry as defensive coordinator. Larson grateful for second chance in NASCAR after racial slur. AP source, MLB slightly deadening ball amid AHR surge. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, work is life now. Newly digitized photos take you back to Central Park in the 1980s. Cuomo and de Blasio announce plans for ticketed events to help NY's arts industry. Can the next mayor turn around New York City's affordable housing crisis? Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. The less patrons I see, the safer I feel, restaurant workers on the return of indoor dining. Coronavirus updates, have a pre-existing condition? You'll need a doctor's note for the COVID-19 vaccine. Early edition, grandma's vaccinated, but is it safe to visit yet? Indoor dining in NYC will resume on Friday, earlier than expected. Photos, a delightful Sunday snow, and a forecast for more. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake 4.5 mag, 32 kilometers south by southwest of Shikotan, Russia. Minor earthquake, and 3.1 quake has struck near Capulin in New Mexico. Minor earthquake 3.63 mag, 78 kilometers N of Cruz Bay, U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake 3.2 mag was detected near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake 3.71 mag strikes near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Light earthquake 4.7 mag has occurred near Punta Burica in Panama. Moderate earthquake 5.1 mag strikes near Santa Rita de Seguis in Peru. Moderate earthquake 5.1 mag has occurred near Nayafu in Tonga. Minor earthquake 3.21 mag was detected near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake 3.42 mag has occurred near Cruz Bay in U.S. Virgin Islands. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. How my dad captured this famous photo of Martin Luther King Jr. Myanmar faces increasing uncertainty as opposition to the military coup grows. Is Turkey a proof that religion and democracy cannot coexist? Post-coup Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi and the way forward. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Video, Biden's appear on jumbo telescreen at Super Bowl, demand distancing, masks, vaccinations. Biden's Iran policy is just Trump's Iran policy with a rainbow flag emoji. Wyoming Republican Party votes to formally censure Liz Cheney. Calls for Bank of America boycott grow after data given to FBI. New quantum receiver the first to detect entire radio frequency spectrum. Electoral politics use the same containment strategies as Alzheimer's facilities. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Does CNN correspondent Caitlin Collins live in an insane mansion? Did Julie Briskman lose her job after flipping off Trump, then get elected in county home to his golf club? Were two moons spotted over Dubai? Were the Bidens booed during their speech at the Super Bowl? Election turmoil splits West Virginia city's evangelicals. Colombia will legalize undocumented Venezuelan migrants. Kamala Harris didn't threaten to use the military against Trumpers. Did Tom Brady receive a private jet as a gift? UN, concerning news vaccines may not work against variants. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Trump is calling us to fight, Georgia teen charged in Capitol riots. Newsmax host attacks Fox for dumping Doves, suggests firing Chris Wallace instead. Texas Rep Ron Wright dies after COVID-19 diagnosis. Trump team suppressed COVID tests, weaken CDC guidance to protect president, report. Travel to Miami Beach, safely, with this book. Julian Assange accuser, I'm not a Central Intelligence Agency agent, I'm a sexual abuse victim. Queen Elizabeth is really rich but would rather you didn't know exactly how much money she has. 6 best sex toys to buy your partner for Valentine's Day. His gangster grandpa was a big frog in a small Pennsylvania pond. Transphobia is wrecking Scotland's golden opportunity for independence. The next headlines are from the New York Post. NTSB to release probable cause of crash that killed Kobe Bryant, 8 others. Chen on Tom Brady's Super Bowl win, anything is possible. New Yorkers can get $7,000 for COVID-19 funerals, say Schumer, AOC. Joe Allen, NYC Theater District restaurant icon, dead at 87. Ryan Strome's confidence renewed after slow Ranger start. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Mars Madness UAE Hope Orbiter reaches Mars tomorrow. Outer space is a treasure chest of gemstones. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. COVID-19 vaccines and the concern about new variants. Satellite images show glacier loss in Himalayas due to climate change. Fighting lies and myths, UK healthcare workers build confidence in COVID-19 vaccine. Doctor on COVID-19 variants spreading rapidly in US. Expert says Americans shouldn't be concerned about cutting time to produce COVID-19 vaccine. COVID-19 variants surface in new countries around the world. Gottlieb says vaccines should offer reasonable protection against coronavirus variants. Top WHO official says vaccines alone not enough to defeat COVID-19. Gottlieb says vaccines should offer reasonable protection from variants. In search of a humongous fungus. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. Bigfoot hunting season could become a real thing in Oklahoma. U.S. Navy's UFO patents can allegedly engineer the fabric of reality. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Cuomo, NYC restaurants can resume indoor dining Friday. Trump's impeachment trial begins Tuesday. Former president's lawyers say the U.S. Senate lacks jurisdiction. Chris Pratt's brother, a sheriff's official, promoted far-right militia group later linked to Capitol riot, report. Paul Manafort cannot be prosecuted in NY after Trump pardon, top state court rules. Trump Hotel in D.C. boosts price for March 4th, the day when QAnon predicts the former president will return to office. NYC to offer COVID vaccinations at Citi Field starting Wednesday. Cuomo, Murphy make joint plea for federal COVID relief, SALT repeal. Mom who served time over the death of her baby boy is accused of leaving her newborn girl in a toilet. NY Rep Brindisi concedes to Republican Claudia Tenney, ending country's last open congressional race. Schumer, AOC announced $260 min funeral benefits for low-income New Yorkers who died from COVID. The following headlines are from military.com. Tiny drones are the biggest threat in the Middle East since IEDs, top general says. Afghan pilot reputed for saving U.S. lives pleas for asylum after being approved and later rejected. Texas congressman who battled cancer dies at 67 after contracting COVID-19. For the first time in 2 decades, the U.S. has gone a year without a combat death in Afghanistan. Army taps Fort Riley Combat Aviation Brigade for deployment to Europe, Africa region. Iran, U.S. must lift sanctions before it lives up to nuke deal. Naval Academy grads hope to walk on the moon with NASA team. Fort Hood restricts base access after shooting incident. Reagan's longtime Secretary of State George P. Shultz dies. U.S. moves to end terror designation of Yemen Houthis. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Legendary former Chicago Teachers Union President Karen Lewis has died. She was a fighter and a treasure for this city. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 1,747 new confirmed and probable cases of COVID-19, 35 additional deaths reported Monday. Chicago Health Commissioner says librarians shouldn't get moved up in vaccine line. The Spin, Lightfoot vs. Sharkey on hammering out deal businessman Robin to run as Republican for governor. Former CTU leader, mayoral hopeful Karen Lewis dies. Tennessee man charged in 1992 Gary double slaying of mom, 4-year-old girl, FBI. How to do date night during COVID-19 pandemic, 7 Valentine's Day ideas. Police continue to investigate Gary murder-suicide. Death of former CTU leader Karen Lewis sparks outpouring of condolences. Physicians group asks Pritzker to waive local background check requirements for doctors, nurses who want to volunteer at mass vaccination sites. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. The following headlines are from phys.org. Scientists discover how group of caterpillars became poisonous. Cleaning up the Mississippi River. Camera captures the southern pinwheel galaxy in glorious detail. New technique used to discover how galaxies grow. Man-made borders threaten wildlife as climate changes. Yes, allergy seasons are getting worse, blame climate change. Quality education essential to closing the growing global skills gap. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, February 8th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. How indigenous oral tradition is guiding archaeology and uncovering climate history in Alaska. The singularity will redefine what it means to be human and machine. Krakatoa is still active, and we are not ready for the tsunamis and other eruption would generate. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Sources, Biden officials snub Salvadoran leader in D.C. trip. Bail set at $1.5 million for teen accused in mall shooting. South Dakota judge rejects amendment legalizing marijuana. Album sales surge for Morgan Wallen after racist comment. Georgia election officials investigate Trump call. We must work together to save treasured Lake Washington Sockeye. Interstate compact would help nurses get to work. Republican leadership, stop claiming ignorance. Atletico concedes late, misses chance to increase its lead. Child poverty, perfect time to take action. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Sheriff, hackers try to poison Florida town's water supply. Chris Pratt Solano sheriff's brother promoted far-right imagery, investigation shows. Changing climate triggers earlier pollen onslaught. 49ers bring back quarterback Josh Rosen for a closer look. 10 observations of the San Jose Sharks after 10 games. Motorcyclist dies in wreck on Interstate 80 in Richmond. Richmond police say 5-week-old baby was beaten to death. West Contra Costa Unified School District, other schools plan for potential of remote learning into the fall. California legislators should start paying capital interns, report. Read, Trump team's pre-trial brief, which the expert at sites calls inaccurate. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Army major in Georgia gets 30 years on child porn charge. St. Paul scrap metal fire creates large plume of smoke. Autopsy, former Omaha mayor's daughter died of cold exposure. Dodge City bishop steps away during abuse investigation. South Carolina Parks Agency wants to improve disabled access. Ohio governor renews push for distracted driving crackdown. Judge blocks another bid to shut down Line 3 construction. Mother of Virginia police informant seeks $13 in lawsuit. The next headlines are from The Intercept. How the Trump era encouraged publicly funded discrimination in adoption and foster care. Confronting the long arc of U.S. border policy. How Iran tried to recruit spies against the U.S. in Iraq. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, February 8th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. New clues to how SARS-CoV-2 infects cells. Study identifies post-traumatic growth emerging from COVID-19 lockdowns. An end to invasive biopsies. Rapid, reliable on-site drug detection using wearable sensor. Study of supergiant star Betelgeuse unveils the cause of its pulsations. High CO2 to slow tropical fish move to cooler waters. Robot sense human touch using camera and shadows. Take-at-home tests boost colorectal cancer screening 10x for the underserved. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. I got the passion for teaching and never lost it. Karen Lewis, 1953 to 2021. Cubs roster taking shape with spring training around the corner. Inbound lanes reopen on I-290 in Oak Park after crash. Budget office, $15 wage would reduce poverty, increase debt. Man held bank customer at gunpoint, in headlock during Little Village robbery, feds. Illinois logs lowest COVID-19 daily caseload since early October, Hive updates. MLB plans to slightly deaden baseball's amid home run surge. Vaccine drive gains speed, but maskless fans fuel worries. Fourth person joins hunger strike to protest General Iron. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Mayor Cruzan announces task force to review St. Louis jail uprising. MERS Goodwill donating $75,000 in vouchers to unhoused. He did it really messy, St. Louis cop accused of forging doctor's note. Boardwalk Waffles and Ice Cream's new Grand Center location is just the start. Lion's Choice serving love in the time of COVID. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. Michigan GOP candidate for governor is a black man who wants to cancel Black History Month. Washtenaw County Sheriff forgives more than $500K in prisoner debt, ending absurd cycle. Prominent defense attorney killed in car crash with Detroit police. Adult friend finder, real cost revealed, complete review. Why you should get your lover, marijuana, flowers for Valentine's Day. EdHarmony review, my experience finding dates. Tlaib introduces $5 billion bill to revitalize communities impacted by COVID-19, systemic racism. Jeep Super Bowl LV ad omitted Michigan's UP from Reunited States map. Ordering wings for the Super Bowl, here are the 20 best spots in Detroit. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, February 8, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The Forgotten Legend, 12 possible JJ Watt trade destinations. This week in Houston food events, pizza deals and Valentine's Day dining. How Athens, Georgia became a mecca of music and alt culture. HISD's COVID-19 policy still raising questions 11 months into the pandemic. The next headlines are about world records making news. Concierge Auctions announces world record-breaking pending sale of $160 million Beverly Hills via iNews. Tom Brady and Sarah Thomas broke 5 Guinness World Records during the Super Bowl. Insider. 5 biggest questions about the Leave-In World Indoor Tour, Flow Track. Longest continuous operation of a nuclear power reactor, Canada's Darlington Nuclear Power Plant sets World Record Academy. What's Longhead's net worth? Internet celebrates 10 YouTube subscribers to Minecraft World Record hold, MEAWW. Athlete 67-inch standing high jump breaks world record, UPI News. UK nomadic paddler David Adams to paddle 4 countries, set 4 world records, Stand-Up Journal. High jump world record holder and leg at speed and style winner Darrell Brown signs with White Bikes, pinkbike.com. Princeton's Von Thurn beat WR holder in 1934 NCAA mile, U.S. Track and Field and Cross Country Coaches Association. Ariana Grande breaks another world record, Fox 6 Milwaukee. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Soon you'll be able to track your blood glucose levels in the Fitbit app. Finally, something Amazon can be proud of, a unionization vote. Your heart won't want to go on watching this creepy robot impersonate Celine Dion. Gorgeous new image shows a pinwheel galaxy in exquisite detail. Elaborate network of joint federal state local intel centers conveniently useless before January 6. OnePlus might partner with Hasselblad to give its next flagship phone a huge camera upgrade. When QAnon blows up your friend group. Barcode scanning app for Android pushed malware onto millions of phones. The 10 best deals of February 8, 2021. Facebook announces doomsday for false vaccine claims. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 120.74 degrees Fahrenheit or 49.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Fort Reliance in NWT at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Scary 22% vaccine efficacy in South Africa comes with heaps of caveats. Proposed Sec 230 rewrite could have wide-ranging consequences. U.S. drops suit against California net neutrality rule, but internet service providers are still fighting it. Computer intruder tried to poison drinking water for a small Florida city. Parler's ownership offer to Trump and possible Russian ties probed by Congress. A couple clings to shared past amid a memory-wiping pandemic in Little Fish. Android barcode scanner with 10 million plus downloads infects users. Raspberry Pi OS added a Microsoft repo. No, it's not an evil secret. Terraria developer cancels Google Stadia port after YouTube account ban. Oldest DNA from poop contains Neanderthals microbiome. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump lawyer Alan Dershowitz scored 12 clemencies for prisoners, and it's unclear the profits he made. Secretary Buttigieg in quarantine after agent tests positive for COVID-19. Trump is now under investigation by Georgia Secretary of State for attempt to overturn the election. Even Trump's letterhead undermines his impeachment defense. Nicole Wallace, calling them kooks lets them off scot-free, they're white supremacists and violent racists. Manafort's post-conviction pardon prevents New York from bringing state charges, appeals court. Here's why Trump will fade to obscurity, just like Sarah Palin. The People's Champion, labor leader Karen Lewis, who fought for students, teachers, and community, dies at 67. Hackers were close to poisoning an entire town after breaching treatment plant system, report. The two-party system has one normal entity and another that appears insane, Center for Politics leader. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. More than a dozen accused Capitol rioters say Trump incited them. A striking ballad by 23-year-old saxophonist Emmanuel Wilkins in tribute to James Weldon Johnson. Impeachment expert says Trump's lawyers misrepresent his view. Trump's impeachment trial matters, even if he dodges conviction. How Black Rifle Coffee Company made itself one of the ride's biggest brands. A last-minute Trump move threatens to send released prisoners back to prison after the pandemic. Damage wrought by Trump's border wall will not ever be remediated or mitigated. New research confirms the British COVID-19 variant is running rampant across the U.S. Report, the Trump campaign paid an Arizona lawmaker amid efforts to overturn state election results. This cheesy documentary about the U.S. Capitol dome sure hits differently these days. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. 6 ways satellites make the world a better place, The Conversation UK. This search for alien life starts with destroying bacteria on Earth, yes. The Mail, The New Yorker. Harvard astronomer argues that alien vessel paid us a visit, The Hindu. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Algernon Pharmaceuticals signs agreement with Charles River Laboratories for DMT preclinical studies, Globe Newswire. Professor Sergei Eremenko explores new atomic solitons, iNews. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. COVID-19, the new disease of growing old, hastening the work of anti-aging scientists, National Post. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, February 8, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The next headlines are from OpenMinds.tv. Open Minds UFO Radio Newscast February 5, 2021. Special guest, Martin Willis. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Flying saucers. Dr. G examined the saucers and found small bodies. Do the Pentagon UFOs cover an ultra-secret U.S. project? Navy UFO patent documents talk of space-time modification weapon. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, February 8, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.